Welcome to Subramani. Please subscribe to the channel. Please hit the bell icon. I need to keep saying that once in a while because people seem to be forgetting that they need to do that also. Wealth creation, risk reduction, insurance, how to improve as an investor, and the mistakes which investors make. These are topics on which I have spoken very many times. So if you find some of this repetitive, I can assure you that this video is being made today, and I'm not mentioning the date because you might find this coming back after 6 months. No, that's not the thing. The question is, how do you create wealth? The fastest way to create wealth, or the only way to really create big intergenerational wealth, is by starting your own business and taking it public. Because for every rupee that you earn, you will get a PE of say 20 or 30 or whatever, and therefore your wealth gets magnified. That is the way how big wealth has been created, whether it is Sam Walton, or whether it is Azim Premji, or whether it is Narayan Murthy, Tatas, Birlas, Deepak Parekh, whoever. They have created wealth for the shareholder by just doing this of creating companies, nurturing them during the difficult times, and then to unleash the market capitalization. So HDFC Limited had a fantastic market capitalization because it unleashed the power of the market on HDFC Bank, HDFC Mutual Fund, HDFC Life Insurance, maybe forthcoming could be HDFC, some other companies that they have, right? All those companies would be contributing to the market cap of HDFC Limited, and now of course it's HDFC Bank. So that is the best way of creating wealth, but that is not open to more than say 99.9% of us, because many of these companies fail also. The only big success stories are spoken about, like they say success has a bigger megaphone. So you hear more about that, and the millions of companies which have fallen by the wayside we don't even know. So if that is not the way for most of us, what is the way? So obviously first is for most people it would be shares, right? Stocks, equity, shares, whatever you want to call them. That is what most of us consider our way to creating wealth for ourselves, because we did not have the capacity or ability or whatever to create our own company and take it public. So obviously shares, equity shares is good way to create wealth, and that is the foremost for 99% of the middle class who is created wealth. So buying equity stocks, equity shares is the way to create wealth. If that is the way to create wealth, how do you go about doing it? Today you have a choice of opening a brokerage account anywhere, right from Zerodha to HDFC or ICICI or Kotak, India Infoline, many brokerage houses where you can go and open a brokerage account, bank account, demat account, 3-in-1 account as they call it, and start buying shares and creating your own portfolio. If you are not capable of doing that, for some reason you don't want to do that, right, or you're not capable of doing that, then the second option available to us is something called a mutual fund, which invests in a bunch of stocks rather than in one stock. Like you put all your money into one share and that does really well, right? So your 100 rupees that you put has now become say 5,000, right? So 50 times it has become. Is that good? Yes, it is good. But what is your overall portfolio return? That is going to be important, because you bought various shares, many shares. The total portfolio return is what you're looking for. So that when you see your equity portfolio return, let's say you've invested in 10-15 companies versus how a fund manager is performing, that is going to decide how much wealth you create. That for most people who are not well informed and who do not want to take the trouble to learn, you'll be much better off in a mutual fund. And for mutual fund also, seeking the help of an advisor. Let me just give you an example. The multi-asset funds, right? Multi-asset fund of Franklin Templeton is treated as current income. Multi-asset fund of ICICI is treated as debt income, which is 20% plus inflation indexing for tax calculation. And HDFC, it will be treated as equity, because they've got a element of arbitrage into it, so that is treated as equity, and therefore it gets treated as an equity fund. So knowing which fund to invest, why to invest, how to invest, and through in which folio to invest. Should you invest in your father's name? Should you invest in your mother's name? Should you invest in your children's name? How to invest, the taxation, all that put together, if you don't have the knowledge, then you're better off going through an advisor to pick up funds for you. And when in this context, I mean equity funds for you. That is step one of creating wealth, is buying equities. Similarly, you can be buying bonds, you can be buying bond funds. These are all ways of creating some more wealth, but equities takes the cake in most cases. The other things which you can do is, of course, you can buy bonds, and in bonds, if you get some capital appreciation because of change in interest rates, you can create some wealth. The third asset class which I have seen people invest is, of course, in properties, and sometimes it makes money, sometimes it doesn't. But in a diversified portfolio of say 30-40 crores, of course, there will be some 5 crores, 6 crores at least, or 15% will at least be real estate. Sometimes you make money. Gold I'm not putting as a great wealth creator, though there will be times when gold will look like a great wealth creator as soon as an emergency occurs. So COVID time, when the other asset classes like equity and debt were doing badly, gold was doing very well. The question is, did you sell at that stage to make money? That's the only way you can make money in gold. You have to trade in it. If you don't have the trading skills, like I don't have the trading skills, I just keep putting money in the SGB, that is the sovereign gold bond funds, and that's it. That's my only way how I participate in the gold market, right? So different asset classes all lead to wealth creation. There is no doubt about that. All these asset classes create wealth for you at various stages. To me, it is very important that when I talk of an asset class, it has to throw cash flow into me regularly. So gold to me does not qualify there, and gold gives you the risk of equity and the return of debt. So it's not something which is my favorite asset class, but yes, it has created wealth for some people over long periods of time. There is no doubt about that. In the US, the well-developed market is the REIT, Real Estate Investment Trust, and InvITs. But in India, REITs will not catch up unless two things have to happen. The base of real estate dealing has to be online, right? So today, because everything is online, I'm able to capture the price of say an Infosys or an Wipro or any company on a minute-to-minute basis, because I know at what prices the shares are being transacted. This is not true for real estate. So if real estate market can be again listed and people can buy and sell houses like they buy and sell shares, and many people start buying, selling, trading, and introducing liquidity into this market, yes, this market can do well. Currently, under current circumstances, will it create wealth? Well, maybe yes, maybe no, but more no than yes. The one advantage with REITs is you don't have to get into managing the property. So international REITs may make sense because you will have some kind of a dollar protection if you do a SIP in an international REIT. I think there are 3 or 4 international REITs, but caveat, be careful about your taxation. Ask your investment advisor and your tax advisor, because I think the difference in this, whenever you withdraw, is going to be treated as current income, but yes, it will be treated as capital gain. But again, capital gain, but everything added in the year that you withdraw, no indexation benefit will be available. So be careful about what you're investing. Take some guidance for taxation and for choice of funds. The other places where you can invest, where I've seen people invest very successfully, is farmland. So people buy big plots of land, give it to a farmer and share the produce with him. So this is one thing I've seen. I've seen people working in urban India going and buying a place in say near a sanctuary, right? So if you buy in Tadoba or you buy in Pench and things like that, yes, it appreciates, you make some cash flow from the occupancy, but don't think of it as a passive income. It takes a lot of hard work to make money like that. So yes, farmland will make money for you. Buying into a friend's business will make money for you. right? So somebody who is struggling to do his business and requires cash, you are sitting here, you got cash and you don't know what to do, you could team up with that person and make money. So investing in a small business, investing in a farmland, these are all options which are available for you to create wealth. So various resources are available. The question is, how much do you want to withdraw, how much do you want to grow? All this will decide on how wealthy you get. Thank you.